Hey guys, happy Monday. Yay, it's Monday. Okay, well, we're only 4 days away from Friday. So, since there's really not a lot going on with the case since Brendan's big announcement, there's more fighting than anything going on. So, I wanted to touch on a couple things that have been brought up to me that people want to know. I'm going to start with the easiest, and that's Kachinsky. People want to know why the fuck this asshole is not in jail. There's a long and a short of it. The short of it is he's a judge, and judges are federally protected. What I don't know, and I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you I know, why that has anything to do with what he did in the past, and being that it was 11 years ago. I'm going to assume, and I know I should never assume, but I'm going to assume that it has something to do with the fact that he is a judge now. And 11 years ago, the state could have easily gone after him and didn't. And if you really think about that, it makes sense because lawyers, prosecutors, they even like, Joe Schmo, they can't go after a judge. The state has to go after their employees. So if the state wanted to go after Kachinsky or thought he was so wrong 11 years ago, they would have. To prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this was so coerced and him and Mike O'Reilly were in it together, granted, we all fucking see it. It's very obvious. But in the eyes of the law, there's not enough proof of it to go after them 11 years later due to the fact that it should have been done 11 years ago. So the long and the short of it is, should he be in jail? Should he be prosecuted? Absolutely. But as horrible as this is going to sound, that's not how our justice system was set up. And I know it sounds like it sucks, but if it was you or I, you'd be saying how wonderful it is. So, a lot of people can't separate the two. Look, I'm not going to fucking lie to you. I think our justice system is so flawed and so fucked up. Anyone out there that's been in a family custody fight in court, oh, they know as well as I do, it is the worst system ever. But it is our system, and it does work most of the time. I say most, but it really does. Just like cops, we see all the bad videos, but most of the time cops do get it right, so I want to stress that I know it looks like it sucks and all these other cases and all these innocent victims and so on and so forth, but overall they really do get it right. So, and this is coming from somebody who got fucking railed in family court. Railed. Spent 30 days in jail, spent 48 hours in jail. Never lost my kid, but it's tough. So, but that's why they're not going to go after him. So anyone hoping and wishing that Kachinsky's going to end up in jail, just give it up because it's not going to happen. Moving on, Kratz. I would love to see this motherfucker in jail. Love. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Do I think if it does happen, it's going to be because this narcissistic asshole put himself there? Absolutely, because he's such a dick. I mean, his smirks, just the thought of seeing him and Nancy Grace that night still burns me because I'm like, what a bunch of fucking assholes. So, Kratz, if something does happen to him, I think he'll get shot before he goes to jail. But if something does happen to him, it's going to be by his own doing. It's not going to be because of this case. How do I know that? Because Zellner or Brendan's attorneys, Drizzy and Laura, they're not going to go after these attorneys. Going back to the same thing I said before. In order for them to go after them, their bosses need to go after them. The state needs to go after them. And the state is not going to go after them. I don't know why, but they won't. As far as Kratz being prosecuted, it's not likely. So we could all, get our big yay down because it's not going to happen. And nobody even mentioned Kratz yet. I don't know if it's going to be different in Steven's case, but if it wasn't mentioned in Brendan's case, it's Kratz, unfortunately, is going to be chalked up to he was just doing his job. If there was this big conspiracy, and I'm not talking all the bullshit, I'm talking just that they were really set up. That's what I mean by conspiracy. That they really were set up, nobody's going to go after them. Because it would take an army to unfold it. So, and it would like destroy the entire state. Scott Walker is never going to allow it to happen. Nobody's going to allow it to happen. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying it's the way it is. There's a lot of things in this case that aren't right, but it's just the way it is, and you just have to deal with it. It's just the way it is. So, putting any of them in jail never happened. You didn't hear Michael Riley's name mentioned. I mean, Michael Kelly. You didn't hear anybody's name mentioned in that order, except for Kachinsky in one line. And that's pretty sad. So all the big hopes, just forget about it. It's not going to happen. And Zellner is not going to go after him. It's not her job. Zellner's job is strictly to get Steven out. That's it. Anything else after that is great, but that's her job. She doesn't give a shit about anything else. Unless that's the only way to prove that Steven's innocent. That's the only way she will care. But she doesn't have the time or energy to uncover this mountain. And she doesn't want to do it for her own protection. So all these thoughts about, you know, this one going to jail, that one, just forget about it. Lastly, moving on. Oh my God, now I forgot. Uncover, I totally forgot. Fuck. Alright, I'm going to skip it because I don't even remember what the fuck I was going to say. It's how tired I am because it's Monday. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm watching my dog sleep going, damn, he looks good sleeping. Maybe I should go join him. So that's all I got for you. I will make another video tomorrow, and leave in the comments if there's something you guys want me to talk about, because I'm kind of out of topics. So those are the ones you guys wanted me to talk about, and if I think about it, I'll make another one later. But make sure you subscribe, and that's it. All right, so have a great night, have a great Monday, and remember, 4 more days until Friday. And after this week, Laura and I are going to hone down on the debates. And Chad's been bugging me every day, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So me and Laura are going to get together and hone down on it. And I'm glad you guys are pumped for it, because I know we are. And I have my first debate. I really want it to be this guy, Bobby, about EWE. And it should be fun. So I'll speak to you guys soon. Peace out.